Hello my good students, welcome back to our War on the Sea Let's Play as the IJN using the Pacific mod, and let me tell you what a massive pleasure it is to be right back at it this week. Of course, did take the previous week off, had so much stuff going on, a break was very much needed. So I hope you've all had a good time, as I understand it's been a very important holiday in the US. I hope you've all enjoyed that over there. And I hope everyone else's weeks have been very pleasurable and rather smooth indeed. So today we're going to have a fairly short video by War on the Sea standards because the aim of today is to counter-invade Hong Kong, and that is purely it. So we're going to do that and set ourselves up for the invasion of Manila in the next episode, I'm hoping for, unless the US have something really massive planned for us to get in our way once again, as I'm sure they will do, because as soon as we're on the precipice of destruction, the enemy come in and think, nope, we've got something else for you here to deal with, thank you very much, just to get in the way there. If I believe an Eisenhower quote comes into mind there, but not to worry. So that's the aim for today: get onto Hong Kong, recapture that or get as close to it as possible, and then leave it there really so that we can focus on Manila in the future. So let's get into that and get back to the strategic map, shall we? Okay, so the situation is this: we're just about to launch off all of our scouting, and I think we're going to do that to illustrate how much scouting we do actually have everywhere. We've separated our destroyers out over here once again to try and catch. We did sight when we loaded up the game another submarine. We've launched Emily's to just help out with that. We're going to retreat back. We did see it move back down from this sort of area towards perhaps our carriers and our main task force there. So we are going to come around and circle around and look at that. So what do we have over here? We've sighted some cargo ships over here, so we can launch out from Hugh, I think, over here. If we launch out just some zeros to have a look at those as ever, like so. But look at all the scouting we're going to have. It just lets us go. So we are covering, we can see some scout planes over here coming to the south over here, moving up towards our mainland Japan over here, and we are covering these things. So I don't know how we're losing sight of everything over here. It's very, very interesting indeed, but it's very, very strange. But I think now's the time to move our invasion supplies and such over towards Hong Kong and actually get on top of there quite handily. Would be very nice indeed. The supplies too are the troop-based supplies there, and that's great. If we manage to take Hong Kong fairly easily, fairly quickly, without burning through so many supplies, that'd be excellent, because then we can use them as close reinforcements to Manila. That'd be brilliant. But I do still think we want to wait to get resupplied at least one more week's worth here, so we can pick up a few more supplies from Kuwait. We'll only be 3.8 thousand at this time. And we will have lost out on the extra resources now from this new mod from Hong Kong, which is a pain. But it's, again, at this point, it's just so minimal. I'm not sure if it really does make a lot of difference. I think really with this thing, you need to have more base supply income as the Japanese to really make an effect on this. I don't think that'd be too powerful there. I think it's just the fact they do have so much to think about at the start of your campaign as the Japanese. Increased base resources would be brilliant. Not quite as much as the Americans, once again, but just something as a little bit of a boost. Anyway, let's keep going, try and hit this task force here. Okay, so it looks like our scouting has not failed us today. We've sighted some sort of battleship task force. Can't remember what this might be. Let's go through and have a look, shall we? So yeah, they're going so close to mainland Japan, and this is the retreating task force over here, which we did previously hit. Was it? Yeah, no, it is the Hong Kong task force here. So we can hit this on the retreat. It's nothing too major here. Well, they do have the New Orleans here and the Exeter. So we're just going to come out of this, mark it up. We've got moderate damage onto the New Orleans because we did hit that overnight with some Emily's, didn't we? So let's mark that up as supply convoy. Excellent. And I think, of course, we're going to have to send something to hit that. Can't let that get so close over here without hitting it. That would be so wrong indeed. Can we use Kure finally? Do have some Emily's already out, do we? Well, those ones that got shot down. These are the scouting Emily's from here, so that's unfortunate there. The Suisses we probably could use. What's the range on them? Not really far enough. It's all short range on Kure there. Could we use Okinawa? We did decide to upgrade that, didn't we? Nothing too large on there. So, we'll just have to use the carriers, won't we? So let's move forwards over here. I think really we want to send some Kates from Unyo. If we do, with some torpedo attacks there, like so, and then we can send from Soryu some more, but we're going to launch some zeros as well. We're going to launch, I think, all 14 there. A bit low on zeros because we are scouting with Soryu, and we are, of course, going to launch some more Kates off of there. You can get away with launching 2 squads at the same time if you launch some planes without any armaments, which is what we've done with zeros. It does put the launch cooldown to 0, which is excellent for us. I'll just put them straight over there. We'll try and hit those. Okay, so we should have sighted them. Yeah, we're right on top of them. That is excellent. I think our Kates might be right on top of them actually, which is not great. We might want to pull back there. Let's already start doing that. We'll go full speed, turn round to their flank, and of course with the Kates we're going to try and hit at least the New Orleans here, I think. If we mark that up, it is the number 4. Should be struggling with its speed there because it did drop an 800 kilogram armor-piercing bomb right into its main citadel there, where the funnels are standing. We're going to try and distract their AA, of course. We're going to come from the flanks with our zeros and try and hit not the Exeter that will have too much armor. Just trying to spot some of their supply ships here. That would be rather useful indeed. Probably the best approach is to go onto this one and then onto the number 3. So go for the number 1 here. We'll climb down, dive down there. And we shall dive down, of course, with our Kates as well, but not exactly to a torpedoing angle there. We will speed all the way up, though, with them. So it's number 4 for the New Orleans and number 5 Exeter. I would have liked to take a surface fight with this, so maybe we'll spare it. Maybe we'll send torpedo bombers towards transport ships because our zeros are not going to be able to handle all of them. But I would like to make sure we get the New Orleans down. Let's take another. It was moderate, wasn't it? Yeah, so it should take, let's say, about 4 or 5 torpedoes to make sure that goes down. Just waiting for the zeros to catch up there, and we can send our Kate straight in. I think we are going to send this second group towards this. Is this a C2 or it's a Macaulay over here? You can tell for the slightly slanted funnel there. Might want to try hitting the Perth with some torpedoes if we pass over with 2 groups there. And how many Kates we have in this particular group? We do have a lot of Kates here. So I think if we go 6 over here, we form up like that. Just bring these more directly over to the New Orleans here now. I did say 6, please, if you form up, and the rest can just Remember to form up like that into another group of 2. We'll take these over here to form up. Try and make 3 groups out of that. So group 1 can go for the Perth, so that is going to have to move over. Group 2 can go for the Macaulay over here, but we're going to have to make sure we're managing our zeros properly. And I think we're going to have to just turn around onto this and number 3 over here. If we slow down, it goes straight in on that. If we tell them to attack from here, so we don't have to worry too much there. And where is New Orleans here? This is the number 4. If we start diving down properly here and slow down a tad so we get more friendly torpedo speeds, we will send all of our Kates, I think, here onto that New Orleans and make sure it goes down. These Kates need to start diving as well, and we can slow down their speed again. We have lost a 0 already. The strafe should be going okay though. That is brilliant. Excellent. So, let's make sure we are handling our Kates properly here. Just come over. Need to dive down here. What do we actually want to hit as our second choice here? Oh, I forgot about the Dutch ship over here actually. Interesting. I just want to double up on the Perth really. May have fluffed that though. I think if we just tell our Kates over here to turn around a tad to get the broadside over there, and I think we'll tell the diving Kates over here to slow down. Slow down quite a bit and maybe just go for the New Orleans again as well over here. These guys can go straight on over here, I think. Just move up a tad over there, slow down a bit more. Form up with the zeros and pull out. These Kates just circling round, that's not a problem. If we tell them to go round to the New Orleans, these guys I think should attack from here. And these guys can attack from here as well. Making sure these guys do dive down. Number 3 sinking from that strafe attack, which is brilliant. Can probably bring the zeros back around again. We're dropping here. Excellent. We're dropping on the New Orleans as well. It's going to be a lot of torpedoes on that for it to dodge. So it's just going to come down to that lead there. We do have this group over here as well. We're going to tell them to attack from here. This group does need to slow down and turn around into that Perth. And I think attack from here. Excellent. They're just sorting out their lead there, and that is excellent on the New Orleans. Really, really good there. Liking that a lot. We're coming in with a cross drop over here just to double check that it does take a few more torpedoes there. And these zeros, do you want to do anything else with them? Might want to go for this transport over here. Go, it was the number 1, wasn't it? So we'll slow down a tad and come from its bow there. We dive down a bit more. How's that Perth looking? Probably not so good a lead here. We only have 3 torpedoes by the looks of it here, but not to worry. It's going to take 1. It's going to take 2. And 4 is going to take even more as well, which was the New Orleans there. And that is brilliant. Might turn into a stray torpedo here, but not to worry if it doesn't. Let's watch these zeros again. Number 4, the New Orleans is down. That is excellent work. And I think we'll slow down here and actually just come in for the attack. Brilliant work. Very, very happy with that indeed. Might just get the range on some torpedoes over here. It might need to be a bit quicker though for this transport ship. It is a shame. We have to stock up on our planes for the invasion of Manila, I think, because I will want to use these carriers, I think. At least one of them. What have we sighted here? Have a random scouts messing with our fire at will orders there. Should have turned that off so we could get to the so we could finish off. Oh, we got a magazine explosion on a stray torpedo there. That is excellent. Unsurprisingly, that one is going down. Oh, so a lot of planes lost again, but it's a heavy cruiser, 2 transports so far. This one might come down. It's on heavy damage to moderate flooding. Nice 7 command points though. And the New Orleans is a ship where we have sunk, I think, the majority of them now. Let's get some shots off onto this walrus here. There we go. I think we will keep that as a retreat now though. No need to send our zeros back. We do only have a handful of them. Going to keep this 0 in position to keep sight on this task force though, so that we can watch the fires on that to see if that maybe develops, or maybe not. And have a look. Alrighty, so finally we should be able to launch off our counter invasion onto Hong Kong. Let's unload all of our supplies first. We do have 7,000 there and a few troops there. You can see the enemy really did not land many troops at all there, because we got 748 troops and certainly not of supplies to counter that. And the balance of power very nearly verging on a halfway there for us. So let's unload all of our troops now onto Hong Kong. You can see so many on there, and it will be ours within the next day or two there. We will just need to spend a couple of days to completely remove all of the enemy troops there, and that will be ours once again. We are moving up with Zuiho and Issei now to really reinforce our invasion support task force, so that we will have Zuiho and Issei to help the fights at Manila here. We're going to bring up, of course, Akagi and Hiryu with their fighter support over towards Manila as well. We're going to bring the Issei and the invasion support task force just in case we do need to bombard Manila, to help out a smooth invasion there. So that's going to be the next step over here. We're going to bring back our, I think, our first supply group over here to load up any reinforcements from Kure there, and we can keep the rest over here. We'll just keep them closer to Formosa to begin with, so that we don't get scouted up by Hong Kong and hit by Manila, and we do have that safety around here, so that we can stay in range and bring over the remaining reinforcements from Hong Kong over to Manila. So it's all coming together now. It's all really coming together. Just need to make sure we pick up our troops and supplies from Del Monte and, of course, Puerto Princesa as well, so we can get onto Manila fairly safely there. So it's all looking good. Let's carry on. Well, the enemy is going hard towards the Gilbert Islands area. After taking Pohnpei and upgrading that to a level 1 airfield there, they have bombarded and landed on Kozrai now, which is not great news, but could certainly be worse, could certainly be more inwards for us. If we look towards Hong Kong now, it is ours. That's in the same day, so quite an easy takeover there. Integrity does need to be kept up though, in case we do want to keep that properly there. I think we'll see though about that. We could probably live with a basic base there if we do want to fancy focusing Manila there. Once again, just waiting for the enemy defenders to finally be fully wiped out there. So that is brilliant. Something else to think about towards Khosrai there, but not to worry. Just, once again, we have been resupplied, so we are going to pick up some more supplies and then focus Manila, I think. And we are going to start moving in to think about picking up our troops and such from the Philippines over here, to make sure we can add that up and see what it looks like before moving on Manila there. So that's the move for now, I think. Oh, well. On the early evening of the next day, we have sighted possible battleship group over here. And I am willing to believe that that actually is a battleship task force. We have seen similar task forces come through this area in previous videos, haven't we? We have caught a few ships here and there, but it doesn't look like they've spotted or want to engage our aircraft carriers, thank God. But we are going to scout those out with zeros and such. But unfortunately, guys, we're going to leave that until the next video. I know it's horrible to come back from a week off and leave you on the edge here on a massive cliffhanger, but this is all we have time for today, and getting bogged down in this right now is just going to extend the video to extremely long lengths there. So that's something to look forward to in the next video. See how you feel about trying to get that out on some good time for you there to stop you waiting so long there, but we shall see. For now, I do have to wish you a goodbye, and I hope all of your nights and days are auspicious. I've been the Edified Gamer. Goodbye.